In this video, I'll be explaining why I've been gone for so long and how catching child predators led to me spending a night in jail, which eventually led to me being molested in a washroom. Now y'all are probably wondering how all of that happened. If you didn't know, I've been catching Singaporean prats for a while now, and over the course of 5 months have gained immense support from the Singaporean community and met many different people. One of them being Pablo, a Singaporean prat catcher. Each operation was carefully documented, with Pablo live streaming the encounters on TikTok to raise awareness on the terrible situation that is currently on the rise, while my team records and posts it on YouTube at a later date, promoting online safety for both kids and their parents. The live streams and videos we posted have gained lots of attention, eventually leading young girls to reach out for help directly from us in hopes that these men that are way above the age of consent would stop harassing them online. Mind you, these underage girls get sent inappropriate pictures by older men even after telling them to stop. Some of these men even go as far as to create new accounts begging for sexual acts after being blocked. I've had supporters explain in full detail what goes on in the DMs and how they would have already reported these men to the cops, but most of these men have anonymous accounts, which makes it almost impossible to find out who these men truly are without meeting them in person. In February of this year, Pablo and I collaborated on our third ever prat catch, where we stopped 2 individuals from sleeping with a 15-year-old girl at the same time. Also, for legal reasons, I can't actually use their real names, so let's call the first predator Donald Dixon and the second predator Harry Johnson. Now, Dixon is an obese man in his late 40s who was planning to cheat on his girlfriend with our decoy. If we weren't there to stop him, I can't imagine how much weight he would have placed on her shoulders. It's disturbing, really. Johnson, on the other hand, has a fiance and just wants a little bit of fun before his big day. Now, both of them met our decoy through Telehitch. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a Telegram channel made for hitchhikers to find a driver. Whenever you request a ride in that channel, it gives many drivers an opportunity to directly message you on Telegram. And after my last video talking about Telehitch, I've gotten DMs from some of my female viewers telling me just how terrible their experience was using it. Some drivers were too touchy, while others purposely put bags of luggage in the back seat or just simply locked their back doors just to have the girl sit in the passenger seat next to them. You get my point. If you're alone in a car with a driver that you don't know, there should be no reason why you can't sit in the back, no matter your age. So boom, the live stream was doing very well with over 1,900 live viewers watching the stream. We gave Johnson and Dixon masks to protect their identity, not only to protect them, but their families and friends from viewers with not so good intentions. Remember, the whole reason why we're doing this is to help them become better people, and by doing what we do, we're trying to get people to have second thoughts before meeting up with minors. Since prat catching isn't a very common practice in Singapore though, a lot of Singaporean viewers that were watching the live thought that we were the ones in the wrong, and I don't blame them. I mean, you see a group of guys surrounding 2 men, and those 2 men are apologizing and they sound remorseful, saying they would never do what they did again. I mean, without context, I can definitely see why a lot of people were not very happy with what we were doing. Some of them even thought that it was a gang affiliated angkap, I say. Long story short, a lot of viewers reported us to the cops, and when the police arrived, they took down everybody's information, and the next day I woke up to cops at my door. They confiscated everything. They took away my phone, my SD cards, and $1,500 camera. Basically, the police had to confiscate everything related to their investigation. Now, $1,500 might not seem like a lot to some of you, but for a guy like me that barely made anything of these prat catch videos, it really affected me. My camera was my first big purchase of my own. I starved myself. I worked 12-hour shifts at a warehouse back to back to back for that camera, and now because I wanted to spread awareness, my camera gets taken away. I can still remember sitting at the back of that police car thinking, why did this shit happen to me? I was distraught. That was the lowest point of my career. At that point, I was like, is this even worth it? Is potentially going to prison worth it? Was it my fault I wanted to stop a kid from being taken advantage of? I hold no resentment towards the police. I'm actually thankful they were able to understand the situation, because cases like this are rather bizarre. Like I said, they were just doing the job. I just wish things could have been different and people were not so quick to judge. So boom, after giving them our individual statements, a whole lot of us went to this place called the Lockup. If you don't know what that is, the Lockup is basically a temporary jail, but I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna be there for a long time. I got bailed out in 4 hours. Being in lockup was a relatively cool experience though. They gave us a very dry bunk and 2 thin blankets. All of us were separated from one another in large, bright rooms, and I was losing my mind. I was clapping my hands because the room was so echoey. I was jumping around, I was whistling, I was doing push-ups. Bro, I was doing anything to keep myself entertained. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to lower down, nigga. I'm sorry, police officer. After getting bailed out, I saw Pablo waiting for his ride. I'm pretty sure at that point in time, both of us realized that we fucked up and both of us needed to get jobs as soon as possible. After 2 weeks of trying many different jobs, I stuck with sets. a food preparation company for aeroplane passengers. As I entered the building for my first day of work, the first thing I realized was that this company housed more old people than retirement homes. It was crazy. Within the crowd of old people, only one man with incredible aura stood out amongst the rest.
こんにちは、ケンジです。この仕事について知っておくべきことは全てお教えしますので、もう心配する必要はありません。
That's crazy. I don't even know what you said, man.
私のやり方を真似してください。
Yeah, I don't even know Japanese, but like, yeah, I'll just follow you. Kenji taught me everything I now know of the job, from assembling desserts to packaging them. As he taught me more and more, I asked him why he chose this profession, and he said that his business unfortunately failed during the 2020 pandemic. He was so incredibly patient with me as well, and if Kenji, you're watching this, I just want to say thank you, and I really appreciate you and shit. Now everything was looking good at my new job until that one night after my shift when I had to use the bathroom. As I entered the washroom, a Chinese man that looked like he was in his 30s spotted me as he was using the urinal. He then started complimenting me, saying, "Hey, I like your hair, man." Yo, thank you, broski. You look good, man. That's crazy. Thank you. Hey, I love you, man. Yo, chill, bro. We just met, yo. Feeling a little uncomfortable, I used the cubicle instead of the urinals. Tell me why this man was waiting outside the cubicle when I was in there for 2 minutes. 2 whole minutes. When I came out, he was standing in front of the exit. His hands were wet. Maybe he just wanted to hug a black man for the first time in his life. So naturally, I said, bring it in, bro. As soon as I said that, he clamped his arms around me, restricting all my movement, and then proceeded to kiss my cheek. How's you gon' say you gon' hug me and then kiss my cheek and smell my neck? He was sniffing my neck. He was like, oh. Yo! Why'd you kiss me? You gay ass motherfucker? So here we are, 1 month after his wet kiss. I just want to thank all of you guys for the support you've shown me over the past couple of months, especially. It really means so much to me, and I'm just grateful and shit, you know what I mean? Hey, I really appreciate you and shit. Also, I would like to end this video answering some very frequently asked questions. The first one being, how do you feel about your camera being taken away for catching predators? I feel devastated. The cops told me that it will take up to a year or until the case is over for my camera to be back in my arms. So that means I have to save up for a new camera. I have a bunch of crazy ideas. As soon as I get the camera, y'all gonna see those ideas, you know what I mean? Are you going to stop catching predators? As of right now, I can't give you a definite answer. What I can say though is it's gonna be a lot more difficult to do it in Singapore. And if I ever catch predators again, I'll definitely want the police to be on standby for everybody's safety. What should we expect from your YouTube from now on? Look at my old videos, look at videos that I've done before catching predators in Singapore, and y'all gonna see that's pretty much what I'm gonna be doing on my channel. And lastly, why does your accent sound like that? I don't know, man. This is probably my most asked question I've ever gotten in my entire career. So if I had to guess, I'll probably say like I dropped out 2023. I had no interaction with friends, family, because they're all busy and I'm home alone. So it's probably a hybrid accent I've gathered over the years. That being said though, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'm gonna be posting every week from now on. So y'all stay tuned. Join the Jamal organization for more updates. I love y'all and I'll see you in the next one.